Yo, YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy, Faze. We're back with another video, guys. And today, man, we're going over the secrets behind the pros movement and the pros gun skill. And sometimes that's one and the same. Obviously, we're going to be going through a handful of examples from professional players, professional Call of Duty players, Priestahh, Octane, Apathy, and we're breaking down how they use their movement, their gun skill to win gunfights and help their teams. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So the first clip is an example of centering, an example of movement, and an example of being able to react to the callouts that your teammates are giving you. So this is a clip of Priestahh playing in a 10s lobby on Hackney Yard. Basically, he's inside office or inside green, depending on what your callout is for it. Let's just first watch it, and then we can break it down a little bit more. So let's first watch the clip.
That's all blue.
Got plenty one shot.
Side.
Hold on, mid, P3.
Top green,
I got him. Another one.
One's mid. You ever kill Looney?
Yeah, they spawned there, pretty sure.
Flood, we're missing one. Could be your lights, but I'm holding right.
They all spawned there, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think they did.
They did.
Yeah, they should have, yeah.
Oh, two green crate. Go
far Looney,
They're both hitting mid right now.
I got naded, bottom two.
Yo, bomb two. Nice.
That one. Hold that, Trey, hold that.
Yeah, I got you home, man. Top three tray. Yeah, you're good.
P3. So right off the rip, you see the centering that Priestahh has on the doorway there, keeping his gun straight on that doorway as he moves towards the hill, because he knows immediately after he gets this kill, he's going to run up the stairs to try to get top control. So already in his head, he's playing out his next 2 or 3 moves, you know? It's like a pro chess player or something like that, where you have so many moves lined up in advance. This is exactly where the pros are at with this. I mean, they've played this map so many times. He knows exactly what he's got to do the next 2, 3, 4 moves with this hardpoint. So he centers, gets the kill, goes upstairs, all right? Now watch the centering he has from the slide to the door. So he slide cancels, which of course is an important movement for pros. If you guys don't know how to slide cancel or don't know how to bunny hop, obviously we'll be talking about those examples in this video. So at the end of the video, make sure to go check out those. I'll shout them out again and remind you at the end. Priestahh, just look at the centering, man. It's insane. It's so good. He knows they're going to be coming from that gate there towards blue van. So he slides out perfectly aimed onto the gate and then is bouncing around between left door and right door. He gets the callouts at their mid. So again, for you guys out there, the centering is something that we have to practice. All of us have to practice and continue to get better at. And how it starts is like a golfer, you know, is visualizing his shot, or a pitcher is visualizing where the ball's going to go, or like when you're kicking a soccer ball, you're visualizing where the ball is going to go. It's the same thing with the COD Pro. He is visualizing where he's going to be shooting in just in a second or two or half a second, so he knows exactly what to expect in his head. So Priestahh knows, all right, there's very likely going to be a guy at this door. I know exactly where the door is going to be, so I'm going to center my screen to where the door is going to be as I slide in, and there's a guy already there. So that's the first reason for why pros look like they have insane aim. It's because their centering is on point before they even start aiming. So the next clip is from Apathy. It's from a CDL playlist game that he actually posted on his YouTube channel, which again, shout out to all these guys. They're all great guys. And these are all from their YouTube channel, so you should go check them out. But Apathy does a great job in this video of like talking through his thought process a little bit. So you're going to see that in the clip. Before we watch this clip, there's so much to pay attention to. Pay close attention to his movement and how he positions himself, and he uses the objects around him to give himself an advantage on the map. And in this game where there's so many things that you can hop on or jump up onto or head glitch or whatever it is, or lay under or look beneath. So those are things just to pay attention to, and how he positions himself to help his teammates at the back of the map as well. Let's watch.
Pretty intelligent plays, if I may add so myself, so props to these guys. Pretty much sort of know what they're doing. Push over here. This guy's trying to rough at me with a knife. Oh, barely made it. I'm one shot though. He's at this red train here. Throw the smoke, throw the nade. Now here, he's probably looking under it, so we're gonna hop on top of it. Kill this kid.
Yeah, one left.
I'm gonna hop up the window right away. One more front door. He's gonna call me out. Get this guy slacking. Oh shit, drop this trophy to help my teammates. We gotta be a team player, guys. If you're not a team player, I don't want to talk. So right here, I'm just keeping this cup pushed out. I don't know where my teammate just died from. They should be okay. I don't know if that was my teammate or not. I hear one behind me. That's good.
In the back of the...
Still spawning side door. Gonna kill this guy. Could be more, so I'm gonna watch my back here. If my teammate does die to that guy in the back, there's one more. He's gonna probably chow this. Why not? Why wouldn't he? Doesn't see me hiding. Get that free kill.
Right at the beginning of the clip, you're seeing like how he is avoiding over sprinting. So a lot of young players, I mean myself included, I get tempted into doing this sinful act is over sprinting and sprinting too often. And pro players are incredibly good at knowing when are the right times to sprint and when aren't the right times to sprint. Obviously, inside of bathrooms there on Gunrunner, he's not sure where they're going to be. So he's hedging his bets. He's kind of sprinting, then stopping sprinting, then kind of sprinting, then stopping sprinting. And then there you go. He peeks out the doorway and there's a guy there. So that's the first thing. The next thing is immediately after he kills that guy, he assumes somebody's going to be watching that left side back red trains because there usually always is somebody there. Throws that smoke, and instead of pushing through the smoke, which, I mean, a lot of players would do, it wouldn't be the worst play ever, but against any good team, they're generally going to stun check a smoke, which means they throw a stun grenade into the smoke. So a lot of good players will use the smoke as a bait to bait out the stuns, and then you're pushing while you bait out the stuns, you know? So that's what he does. A lot of young players who, after they get that first kill inside of that little peak window, I don't know what it is, hole in the wall, they would stay there, or they would like maybe try to push into warehouse. But what he does is he gets the kill and drops down, and then you heard him say there like, oh, they're gonna call me out.
I'm gonna hop up the window right away. One more front door. He's gonna call me out. Get this guy slacking.
He's already assuming, okay, they think I'm top, so now I can take advantage of them thinking that I'm top by jumping down and shooting them. So that's exactly what happens. He jumps down, gets the kill from the guy who's in the corner trying to like watch above him to see if he's going to jump down or whatever. Easy kills. And then Apathy's just playing the back of the map. And again, Apathy's playing in like a CDL playlist match, so basically, you know, the pubs or whatever. So that's why it looks so easy for him, because it is. Nonetheless, those fundamentals still say the same. It's really just mental games with these guys and how good they are at processing that information really, really quickly. And that's something that we can definitely work on as amateurs to follow in their footsteps. So the next example is from Priestahh, again back on Hackney Yard. And this is, again, just the anticipation paired with the movement and the ability to use his environment that allows him to get this nice trio of kills here. What's going to happen is basically he's back on top 10 or heaven, depending on what you're calling it, and he's running around up there. He jumps down, gets the kill. In his mind, he knows that they're spawning probably in warehouse, so he bunny hops out, beams the guy bottom L, and then because the opposing team was holding hill, he knew there was a guy in hill, so immediately pushes him. You know, hey, let's just check it out.
I got two.
Silly's mid-hill.
Yo, green crate in hill. Shout
On
out.
hill weak, Silly. Silly's like our side hill. I needed it. They're gonna be mid and green, guys.
Mid crates.
Right in these crates, son.
Top L,
One mid, one shot, yeah. One top L. I'm trying to get L.
So yeah, man, this is an absolutely nasty clip. Again, that's inputting the information that you know in your head and using it to anticipate where the enemy is going to be. An amateur there might not be ready for the guy bottom L, or might not have the instincts to immediately push the guy who's in hill. But, you know, Priestahh, who's feeling good in this game, obviously dominating in these 10s lobbies with other pros, is feeling really, really good. And he uses that movement. Again, that bunny hop, that's a perfect use of the bunny hop. It allows you to move quickly across the screen. You hop out, hop again, and beam the guy bottom L as you push towards hill. Really, really good stuff. And while he's running towards the hill at the end of that clip, he's watching bottom L because that's the most likely spot where an enemy's going to be. So he pre-fires that while he walks towards hill and then gets to hill to play that time. So that's just overall fantastic stuff from Priestahh. So the next clip is a clip from Octane on Ramaza in a scrim versus Paris. And basically, again, this is a mix of anticipation and positioning here, of course, with his disgusting gun skill, as always, for Octane. But as you guys are seeing here, he basically spots one running into hill, and he anticipates that they're going to try to challenge him on the far side of bridge. So he actually backs up towards the doorway to cover some of his body, and it puts more space between his M4 and their MP5s. So he's giving himself a natural advantage with the M4 he has in hand. And again, the M4s or the ARs in this game, they don't have to move as fast. They don't have to be as cracked as the MP5s do, the guys who are using submachine guns. But again, the subtle positioning from the best M4s or the best AR players in this game is what can separate them from many of the other guys. And like this type of stuff is what makes Octane so, so good. Let's watch.
He jumped out.
We're missing kids.
Bottom construction. No.
Sit paint.
There's another one. The guy.
Top rogues. Oh, that's unfortunate.
I'm wrapping top.
Good pain. I'm coming snake to help you.
Zed's on hill, guys. Yo, 2 on hill.
What are you talking about?
I'm backing up.
So that's just a straight up disgusting little clip there from Octane, I mean, again, that subtle positioning and then the anticipation to know that, okay, he just got 2 kills in hill. There's still another guy in hill, and the logic would say that they wouldn't 3-stack the backside of the hill. So in Octane's mind, he immediately knows that he's probably pushing him. So that's why he challenges him, because the opposing player wouldn't expect the challenge. Again, as an amateur player, we need to continue to work on that processing, like the subtle notices. Like, okay, well, we killed 2 guys in hill. They still have the hill, which means there's another one in there. He recognized that immediately and then went to challenge it because he knew he had the advantage. Just incredible stuff from Octane. So again, we're back to Priestahh on Hackney Yard. So this clip again, man, Priestahh centering. I want to keep focusing on it and giving examples of it because it just gives a good insight into what makes these guys so good. So Priestahh centering here is again really, really special. His anticipation as well. So he gets a kill and the guy laying down the back of hill, he immediately, like literally he almost starts turning as he's killing him. Turns to check mid because they're getting the call outs that somebody's mid, and then he's going to push upstairs and use his slide cancel. Again, the slide cancel is so good in this game. If you're running a submachine gun normally, you have to learn how to do it because it's just so advantageous. Let's just watch a clip and we can talk more about it.
Got him.
Go be graffiti wall.
Stun one mid. I stun one mid. Mid dead.
Nice. They can go top green. They can go top green.
I need my grenade.
I hit their door. I have their door. Top
green dead.
Top out. No, their door. Top out dead.
Oh shit, he hit time.
Oh, top AC. Top AC.
So again, man, I love how pros use their tacticals and their stuns and their nades to basically be like another set of eyes for them. So after Priestahh gets that kill in mid, he throws his nade, which allows him to push towards the upstairs without having to wait and keep checking mid because there was nobody else there to check mid. So he used the nade to hold off the opposing team for another second or so while he goes upstairs to help his teammate on the top push. So the next clip is from Apathy, and like another way of how pros use their positioning and their movement to dominate map control and help their teams. This maybe not be the most gun skilly clip, but it was part of this game and I wanted to highlight it because it was just such a really, really good play from Apathy here. Watch how he uses the hard point to be another set of eyes for himself as he controls middle map for his teammates on the rotation. So let's watch this real quick.
So we are in a 4v5. I don't know if people can join this. Like I said, it's basically my first time ever playing this playlist. And I am absolutely dizzily frying. Dropping a trophy here. He's in that corner. Back up. I saw him. Watch my pinch or man down. There's pre-fire, and I'm going to chow him now that I know he's in the hill. Oh, nice little double team on me.
So he doesn't actually get the kill here because it was good shots from his opponent there, but I love how Apathy used the empty hill to basically, guard his back. So of course, once the hill turns red, he knows somebody's in it. But until it turns red, nobody's in it. So nobody can kill him from behind while he watches mid for his teammates. Because the bigger problem there is if somebody pushes through water and gets pipes control on your teammates who are trying to rotate for the new hill. So he knows that. So he uses his positioning, subtly moves himself behind the crate to make sure that he couldn't get killed from the hill. I love the positioning there from Apathy. So the last 2 clips here are from Priestahh on the P1 hill. So the first clip here is just a good use of his positioning. The bunny hop, of course, the slide cancel, using his shot to his advantage. So he ends up piecing a handful of kills together here. Let's just watch it first, then we'll talk.
Oh, there's two fork. They're double holding it.
Got one.
Fire car. They're gonna be in P1. Thunder dead. And one more probably.
Scav dead.
I got through the back. Job.
So man, he gets 3 quick ones there at the beginning of that clip. I love how he bunny hopped out, got the 2 kills. Then he re-chowed on the 3rd guy back ladder as he got a few hit markers on him because he knew he had the health advantage on him. So in that situation, it was beneficial for him to chase that kill. In a situation where he didn't get the hit markers, there's no chance he re-challenges that. But because he did get hit markers and he knew he was weak, he played his advantage there, which was to re-challenge it and get the 3-piece. Absolutely nasty stuff. So this final clip, Priestahh is feeling it. He's on fire at this point, and this continues here. So I love his positioning here and how he uses his positioning to his advantage, is using pre-fire to give himself time to reposition, and then uses the smoke. So real quickly, let's just watch it.
Yo, top out came down on the barrels, guys on the barrels. They're nading the fuck out this. Obviously, silly. More on hill, Donnie on hill.
Top out, watch right.
Donnie hill, dead. Make sure I come right. Yo, mid crates right. Bottom out. Came out to left.
Watch out for that.
Came out bottom out. I'm getting triple
top
naded.
out rated, top out rated.
Fuck! Trophy would be nice.
Top out dead, top out dead.
Nice, you're dead.
Top out, top out, top out, top out, top AC, top out, top AC.
Oh my god, top AC, I was in the fucking mix.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's so many things in this clip. I mean, the gun skill specifically, the ability to snap on his opponent was insane there. On top L there, he kills one guy jumping through the window and immediately just bang, snaps onto the guy who was crouching through, like, in the window. And then he jumps out. He uses the crate to give himself the better positioning on the guys flooding in bottom L. And then he uses the smoke to cover himself. So overall there, for us to learn, I mean, again, the continual reposition is what we talked about earlier. Same thing here. He gets a kill and then repositions. Gets a kill, repositions. Gets a kill, repositions. Because good teams are always calling you out, so they'll always know where you're going to be. So you have to reposition yourself into weird, different spots to continually give yourself a chance to slay out like Priestahh here. And then, of course, I mean, how he uses the smoke, how he's communicating with his teammates, how he's listening to those callouts. All of that combined allows for his anticipation and his centering to be on point. Like when he jumps out with the M4 on the guy bottom L, he knows the guy is going to be there. He jumps out, centers on him perfectly with the M4, hip fires, kills him. So overall, Priestahh was just straight up frying this whole map. And I mean, Apathy, Octane, they're all insane. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, like, comment, favorite, subscribe. I'd love to do more of these types of videos. Wish the pros posted more 10s and more scrims on their YouTube channels. Obviously, there's like Twitch VODs, but it's hard to find good games that like make sense to talk about sometimes, and you gotta usually pay to watch their VODs. So that's always kind of frustrating. But anyway, if you guys did enjoy the video, I do appreciate any support. But as always, guys, I'm your boy Faze, and we will see you next time. I'm out.